Once I hit you with that back space, you ain't coming back. No control, all delete you, give me space. Like that. Hit you with that back space, you ain't coming back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Entertainment Curated, the channel where you let us know what we should or shouldn't be playing based on your interactions down below. Today we're checking out Magic the Gathering Duel of the Planeswalker 2013. No, this is not the newest one. We can see it 2013. It is currently 2022. However, I thought it'd be kind of cool just to show this game and see what it's like and see how, I guess, it works overall. I played Magic it's a fair number of years ago. And I was actually shown MTG way back, even further back, when I went to this place called Sports World Day Camp. And I met this one kid. I can't remember his name anymore. But he's just like, hey, you want to come over to my house and have a sleepover? And I was like, all right, cool. And so I went over there. And he was showing me these cards. And I was like, it's really cool. The funny thing is, the one thing that really sets out of my mind is not really so much the cards, but like the house was brand new. It had to be brand new. Like I was at the time living in an apartment building that had like shag carpet, the old shag carpet, and this was like pristine carpet. Now you don't really have a lot of carpet these days in places, but it said carpet. It was so fresh and everything was clean and stuff like that. And so I remember the house. It's more than the game. But I do remember the cards just being like extravagantly like the art was just gorgeous. And I'm just like, I don't understand what this is, but it looks cool. And those are probably some of the most expensive sets at the time because it was such a brand new game. Fast forward maybe, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years. I started getting into it on my own through a friend. I started building a green-white deck, right? So green for growth and white for just white weenies to just keep tossing out, as well as also life gain, right? So I will basically grow. I will basically keep tossing these things out as I'm growing, and then as soon as my greens are growing up, I'm just going to beat the shit out of you. Obviously, anybody that plays MTG will just be like, I know how to counteract that perfectly. Like, I'm not good at it. I'm not saying that I'm good at it. But, again, I just wanted to show this game. There's like 3 iterations of it on Xbox, different ones. And so we might look at the other 2 over some time. I don't mind if we want to maybe try to figure out how to do some type of competition of some sort here at the network, or even just having some fun nights just to play. That'd be kind of cool. Ooh, that slapped hard in my ear.
While my foes are legion,
We'll let this story play out, though.
Potentially problematic. A noble predator, he believes himself to be. This Guruk wild speaker, brutal savage, merely a merciless killer. His impatience is my virtue. Jace Beleren's greatest strength is
Fuck you, Jace.
flaw.
Fuck you, Jace.
Supremely powerful mind, incapable of perceiving how he could rule all. A keystone in an unfathomable plan.
I hate Jace, and I hate blue decks. I hate blue decks so much.
So wholly lacking in restraint and vision, seeking freedom, will Chandra Nalar rise above personal retribution?
Red's fun to go against.
Fury consume all.
Black is also annoying to go against.
Power commanding the dead. Liliana Vess in
Liliandra, I'm dying.
Dead to demons, entranced in a pursuit of unattainable desire, as ruthless as myself, reinforcer of life.
That's my Planeswalker right there.
Strength in allies, a contemptible blight. Should we cross again?
So I never used Garuk.
Johnny Goldmane's spark, consigning him to an endless night. They're but obstacles, part of a grand design. Fight them endlessly. They'll likely prevail every time. However, should you prove to be a duelist of measure, having defeated these opponents with skill, consider your fate. For if you dare face me, destroying you shall be my pleasure.
So one thing I can say that's kind of bad about this game so far, if I remember correctly, Primordial Hydra. I actually had that card. Oh, it expires on December 15th, 2012. That's BS. So the one thing that kind of sucks about this game is I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments down below, but I'm pretty sure you can't pick this game up anymore. Like, you can type it into the store and it will show, but it won't show up on, you can actually buy it on the Xbox store anymore. Maybe on Steam or something like that for sure, or from a third-party website for sure, but jeez, that music is getting like daunting in my ear. I'm gonna go with none, just because I want to, I don't know, show it to people that have never played it before. So help me God, if I can't hear myself. I also keep forgetting that when I'm streaming, I turn the TV on after I finish streaming to check the volumes of the previous video, and then forget it when I'm doing another video. Okay, so we're gonna go with the campaign. I'm hoping it's gonna actually teach how to play.
The multiverse. Countless realities with only one thing in common. All are infused with the 5 colors of mana, the energy that fuels magic. You are a planeswalker, one in a million mages with the innate power to move across these planes of existence. Your gift drives you to explore, to discover new magic, to forge your destiny. In your journeys, you will be tested, most of all, by others of your own kind.
So, yeah, like I said, I want to show this from the point of, like, never playing it, for people that have never played Magic, to kind of understand it. Because once you understand it, it's so addicting. It's so addicting. There's this, it's starting to get to the point where, like, I had binders, and I wasn't even, like, crazy, to be honest. Like, I didn't have, like, binders upon binders upon binders. I didn't have, like, you know, boxes. I didn't go to, you know, MTG nights to get packs and toss the random crap away. Like, I didn't do any of that. But even though my binder already, I was just like, I'm almost, like, no longer building my deck. I'm just collecting them. This is getting out of hand. I ended up selling it for $75, so I didn't have any crazy cards, as you can tell. I did not have, like, a Black Lotus. If I had a Black Lotus, oh my god. Oh my god, it'd be so nice. Chandelar. Unlike most planes of existence, the vibrant and mana-rich Chandelar drifts through the multiverse on an unpredictable path. So, we got Talrand. Defeat this opponent to continue and unlock cycle. The tutorial contains helpful information about Duels of the Planeswalker 2013 features and controls. Do you wish to play the tutorial? Yes. So, if you are somebody that plays this game, if you are somebody that wants to play this game with me, and if you are somebody that wants to, like, maybe either assist or really kind of get, like, some type of, like, tournament or even just kind of casual play thing going, let me know down in the comments below. You don't have to watch the whole video. You don't have to watch the whole video, because I understand for someone that's played this consistently and over the years, you're going to be like, this is boring. I know how to play this game. Why did I click on this video? This is your chance to let me know down below, because I would love to work with somebody to get this moving. I love playing this game. Even if I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Of the Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers, like you, are powerful mages who cast deadly spells and summon fantastic creatures. You battle against other planeswalkers for power and glory.
This is your opponent's avatar.
In this tutorial, you will face off against the vampire planeswalker Sorin Markov.
So he's got a black deck. Each game is played out over a series of turns.
To begin the game, each player draws 7 cards.
Your deck is called your library. Each card in your library represents the spells, creatures, and resources you'll use in order to defeat your opponent. At the start of the game, you draw 7 cards.
You can zoom in on any card to learn more about it.
Really? It's a land card? Whoops. I don't need to go to Swords View. My bad. So these are my land cards, right? So you can just definitely tell this is a straight green deck, right? So here's, like, it's kind of like if you were playing Pokemon, these are your energy cards. And you got creature cards. We only have 2 creature cards right now.
There are several different types of cards in your deck. Centaur Courser is a creature card. To summon creatures and cast other types of spells, you need mana, magical energy you draw from the lands around you. The land cards in your deck produce this mana.
So, Centaur Courser. So it says two, and then the little tree, right? So the tree is basically a green land card, and then the other 2 could be whatever. They could be like your combination land. They could be white. They could be blue. They could be red. They can also be green, right? And then it's at the bottom. It's got 3/3, right? So its attack is 3 and its defense is 3. D13 just means that it's from 2013's, so nothing really specific there. Card types. The type line tells you what type of card it is. Centaur Courser is a creature card. You'll also find creature types here, like Centaur and the Warrior. Rules text. If a card has any special abilities, they'll be found here. You might also find italicized flavor text telling you a bit about the world of Magic the Gathering. So kind of all the lore will be in the bottom there, as well as like anything special. So I was just about to read it. Power and toughness. Power and toughness only found on creature cards. A creature's power tells you how much damage it'll deal. That's the 3 on the left. In a combat, and a creature toughness tells you how much damage in 1 turn is required to destroy the creature. So 3 on the right, right? So the centaurs are truly free. Never will they be tamed by temptation or controlled by fear. They live in total harmony, a feat not yet achieved by our kind. Ramal, Sage of Westgate. And then you just zoom
The
out.
more lands you play, the more powerful spells you'll be able to cast. Sorin takes the first turn and plays a swamp.
Okay. Can you just let me? Okay. So he's gonna do his thing. So he just plays a swamp card. So he's basically building the ability to bring out a creature. So this is Dustdale Worm, right? So again, if you think about what we just said before, we have 2 forest, right? 2 greens, and then 5 whatevers, right? It's got trample. So trample basically means that, like let's say you have a creature that is 2/2, right? Or let's just use the 3/3, right? Let's use the 3/3, right? So with the 3/3, if I was to put that in front and it didn't have trample, it would just smack that card and kill it, right? But since it has trample, it actually goes the 3 will kill that card and the 4 will continue on. But we'll like, and that'll be towards your life points. So you see each character has 20 life points. But we'll get into that like a little bit later. And I gotta stop using the D-pad. It's the analog sticks.
Play your first land, a forest.
A forest.
Sorin plays another swamp on his second turn.
He still doesn't have a spell to cast, so he ends his turn. So you put out a land. You want to try to put out a land every single turn, right? And then, like, let's say he'd put out those 2, then he would go ahead and start putting out creatures, but he doesn't have that ability.
You have enough mana to cast a creature spell, Rune Claw Bear.
Right. So if we just go over to Rune Claw Bear, right? Remember, it's 1 forest and then 1 whatever, right? So we're about to put out another forest, which basically means we now have exactly what we need to bring that in.
When you cast a spell, your lands will automatically become tapped.
So you're tapping them, and that's kind of like utilizing the energy of that card, right? Or of those lands. When your next turn comes, those will untap.
On your next turn, Rune Claw Bear will be able to attack Sorin. Sorin plays another swamp and ends his turn.
Dude still doesn't have any creatures.
What's he up to?
I don't know. What is he up to? Combat phase. Main phase. Ending.
Because you have 2 main phases in a turn, it's often a good idea to wait until after combat to cast spells.
Okay.
That way your opponent will know less about your plans during combat.
Yeah, because ultimately what he's trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to do so you can block it, right? So we're going to put out another, what, you don't want me to...
Sorin is defenseless, so attack with your Rune Claw Bear.
Why would it let me put another forest out? Tapping and damage. When a creature attacks, it becomes tapped, just like your lands did when you use them for mana. At the beginning of your next turn, all your tapped cards will untap. It's kind of like what I was saying before. Sorin had a creature of his own, he could block you. So if he did have something sitting there, it would just block the attack instead of it going directly towards him. But we're going to go deal combat damage to Sorin unimpeded.
Rune Claw Bear deals 2 damage to Sorin, reducing his life total to 18.
Oh no.
Play your 3rd forest now. Remember, you can only play 1 land a turn. No matter if you're not sure what to do next, request a hint.
I don't want to request a hint.
This hint suggests casting Centaur Courser, a creature that costs 3 mana. Good idea.
Great stuff. I mean, you can't do that one. You can't do that one. So, top tier hints. Top tier.
Sorin plays another swamp and casts his first creature, Ruthless Cullblade. He then casts Deathmark.
Not Deathmark. So, Ruthless Cullblade gets a +2/+1 as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. So if we start getting like weak, this thing gets strong. So don't get weak.
Deathmark destroys your Centaur Courser. Both cards are put into the graveyard.
Deathmark is a sorcery card. Sorceries have an effect and then are put into the discard pile called the graveyard. So that's your dead creatures, right? Or dead everything. You can cast sorceries during either your main phases. Deathmark destroys target green or white creature, and Sorin has chosen your Centaur Courser as the target. When one of your creatures on the battlefield is destroyed, it's put into your graveyard. So that's the sorcery that he was just talking about. Destroy target green or white creature, right? So it says right there on the card at the bottom, right? Then obviously there's the flavor text after that. So he just picks one. It's in his best interest to pick the 3 because it will swing harder than the 2, right? Pretty kind of straightforward.
The Ruthless Cullblade now stands in your way.
Soren's creature to defend himself. Let's see what happens when you attack. Press Y to continue to enter the combat phase. So we don't want to put. Doesn't want us to put out of. So this is kind of a stupid
Send the
thing.
Rune Claw Bear to attack Sorin.
So basically, what's going to happen here? I'm pretty sure what's going to happen here is I'm going to go try to attack. Right? He's going to block with that. So you can see that it's a 2-1, right? And I have a 2-2, right? So you're just like, well, 2 is larger than the 1, right? So we'll be fine. Correct, right? So we're definitely going to kill that creature. But his 2 is also the same as our 2. It's gonna smack us as well. So I'm going to try to attack him.
Sorin
And then he's gonna
chooses
say no.
not to block the Rune Claw Bear. He's down to 16 life. Good job.
I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I would have definitely blocked it. But fair enough. Fair enough.
After combat, play.
Stop touching the D-pad, JC. All right, so we have 4, which means 3 and 1, right? That's not what I wanted to zoom in on.
Sorin sends his ruthless Cullblade to attack you.
So he's going to use his card to attack me. I think it's going to get me to use
You can
a
block creatures that are attacking you with untapped creatures of your own.
So you want to make sure that when you are attacking that you don't like go full in if there's a chance that they're going to swing back the next turn, because you're just leaving yourself open, right? So you want to only attack with what you can so that you have untapped creatures, because if something's tapped, it can't block.
Block the attacking ruthless Cullblade with Order of the Sacred Bell.
Okay, so we're going to basically take this one and block that one, right? So his 2-1, so I'm going to swing, hit him, and it's going to hurt him. His 2 is only going to, like, damage me.
Attacking and blocking creatures deal damage to each other. Creatures that are destroyed go to the graveyard, while surviving creatures remain on the battlefield. Order of the Sacred Bell is victorious, while Sorin's ruthless Cullblade is destroyed.
Which is what I just said. Right? It could have been like a contender if I had less than 10 life, but I don't. I have 20. Right? So 4 and 1, right? And it takes that damage until the next turn.
Instants are spells that can be cast at any time.
Ah,
Their flexibility gives them great strategic value.
Right? Target creature gets a 3/3 until the end of the turn, right? So that'd be like amping it up because you're going to do some crazy, like, yeah, we're going to do something crazy this turn. But they're instants, right? So it's that whole idea of like, you don't want to show your enemy what you're going to be doing.
Sorin is again defenseless, so attack him with both of your creatures. Sorin interrupts your attack by casting Last Gasp, hoping to send Order of the Sacred Bell to the graveyard.
Right. So he's now costing an instant, which is going to basically target creature gets less than 3/3 until the end of the turn. Right? Kind of a reverse of what we're just doing.
Stop the timer to give yourself time to make the best strategic play. If a spell requires a target, you'll choose it when you cast the spell. Cast Giant Growth now.
Right? So we freeze it. We're basically like, no, I want to do something as well. And we're going to basically put it right back on there.
You were smart to save your Giant Growth until you needed it. Order of the Sacred Bell is saved and will deal 4 damage to Sorin.
So it kind of just negates each other. So mine gets added. his gets removed. It's basically just a regular straight turn, like nothing happened. Okay, so now he's down to 10.
Onslaught has brought Sorin closer to defeat. Keep it up.
And I mean, you would do that, right? Because he has no,
More lands mean more mana and more options throughout the game.
There's no creatures on the field, so we don't have to worry right now. Obviously, for people that have played MTG, you'll understand that for some decks that doesn't really matter.
His infest eliminates
Especially
your
stuff that has
Rune
haste.
bear.
Okay, more swamps. All creatures get -2/-2 until the end of the turn. So let's talk about everything. So it immediately takes that one out because it was a 2/2. Remember that? And this goes away. It wears off. Our cards are now back to normal.
Like creatures, artifacts and enchantments also remain on the battlefield after you cast them. They represent powerful magical incantations and items. You can enhance one of your creatures using an aura, like Blanchwood armor. Enchant your Order of the Sacred Bell with Blanchwood armor, making it gigantic.
So, like you just heard, that there's enchantments, right? And artifacts that basically apply to your characters, or your creatures, sorry.
By playing another forest, you'll maximize the bonus given by Blanchwood armor.
So, enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, right? Making this a beast, right? That's what green is about. Green is all about growing. Then we want to close that out. And it just got bigger, right? So every single time we're going to play lands now, it'll continuously
is now
grow.
10, meaning it deals 10 damage in combat. Sorin has 10 life. Time to
Do you
end
know
this
math?
duel.
And unless he has something to literally pop me with an instant, he's fucked.
Congratulations. You have defeated Sorin Markov. Further challenges in the campaign. Good luck.
You'll barely hear her because of the music there. So, I'm going to stop it there. That's one match. You don't need to keep seeing every single instant through, because what it will do, it'll go to different colors, and it will show you how do those colors actually interact, and how is blue, and how is red, and how is white, and how is green. So, you don't need to see that stuff. That stuff we'll continue to get into if we keep playing this. Again, it's not up to me if you want to see me continue to play this or play other people. It's up to you guys. So let me know down in the comments down below if you would like to see that. And until next time, whether you're online or offline, stay focused and get yours. See ya!